see what we got. Rare chest, 100k, 200 bags of silver. Nice. Not too bad. Ooh, nice. Another 88,000 plus 9 bags, so almost 100,000. Alright guys, so today I'm going to go into the Blackzone, the full PvP zone, and try to get some loot out of a solo dungeon. The build I'm using for this today is the Mage Cowl with the second ability on D and the second passive, the Assassin Jacket, the third ability for your R and the first passive, the Soldier Boots, third ability on your F and second passive, and then the one-handed mace using the second ability for Q, second ability for W, and the third ability, or the first ability for E, and the first passive. This is kind of the PvP version of this build, so when I actually get in a dungeon and I'm safe, I'll switch up the build so we do more damage to creeps. But as far as being out in the PvP area, this is the build that I like. You've got 2 jumps on your W and your E, you've got an AoE swing on your Q, you've got invisibility on your R, and you've got a knockback on your D, and then your boots to make you run fast. So you're pretty agile to move around, get away from people, all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and mount up. The total build cost that I'm wearing is pretty high right now because I've been swapping out some of these lower tier items with the higher ones just as I've been finding them or as I've been getting more comfortable going out into this black zone. I started with a tier 3 weapon, and I think the total build the first time I went out was like 40k. So just been adding and finding tier 5 items is bringing the cost up, but yeah, I haven't died out here yet, so feeling more and more confident going out here. Again, only been playing this game for 2 weeks now. Was doing a ton of grinding in the yellow zone, trying to get money that way, but in one dungeon, in like 5-10 minutes, I'm making as much as I was in a day of playing before, so this is way more effective. So going out into the black zone, this is the one that I've been having the most success with, the Sand Drift Portal East. We're going to hit enter, we're going to hit yes, yes. Once we come out here and drink some of this invisible juice, make it so that we can't get ganked as easily. We'll zoom out here. Someone did die, but we're looking to like kind of stay in this square. Basically, I always just head directly south and looking for one of the solo dungeons like this one here. So something you want to be aware of is mobs that can cancel your channeling. So if I wasn't invisible as next to this guy, this tiger would actually aggro on me. So as he walks away, I can hop off, jump in, and very little time for someone to actually gank me. Yeah, you saw the tiger aggroed me at the end there. So there is a strategy that you can stand here for, it's either 90 or 60 seconds and wait for this portal to close before you move out. So if you do get ganked, you can not have to worry about it and just run back real quick. I've been ganked once or twice out here, and with this gear set I've been able to get out with ease, so that's not something I do too much anymore. But I did want to start a timer as soon as I got in here to track how long it actually takes me to do these dungeons. And usually the first thing I'm doing is switching over my gear. Like I said, I switched this to more PvE style, so the poison, your third ability on your D for your head, the shield, the second ability for your R, and the boots, second ability, and then the mace. Take off the second jump. It does like basically no damage, so this second W is good. And I actually just unlocked this one, so we'll try this one. It doesn't look like it does as much damage, and the cooldown is way longer. I'm not even going to try it. For PvE, this is probably going to be your best bet. So going in with 472k, nothing in our inventory, so something else to note about this build, I was able to clear these dungeons with a tier 3 version of this weapon, but obviously having a higher tier just makes the clear time go faster. And like I said, I haven't been ganked and killed yet, so getting a little bit more confidence out here means I'm willing to take more expensive gear. The first 4 times I came out here, I just got killed immediately, but that was in a different area. So here's our first little boss. He's got a chest. Just gonna wait for my E to come off cooldown. I can start my D while I wait for that cooldown and put that on cooldown. Jump out here. And you'll see the one place that this build does struggle is the boss fights. Just don't have a lot of single target damage the way this is built out, so these can take a while. Let's see what we got. Nothing much. So these are like crafting materials basically, or to like upgrade your weapons, and those total cost is like 3,000, and then these are $3,000 worth of bags, which is just gold, and I usually use those immediately. That way if I do get killed, you keep your gold anyways, so there's no chance of losing that. So we'll just keep going. Alright, final boss time. No creeps in here. Just wait for my health to regen. And then do the same poison trick. Start it and then wait for a couple seconds. So we can start it now. Wait for my health to get fully topped off. Make sure cooldown doesn't run out. Jump on this guy. So again, you're mostly just focusing on staying alive in these fights. And just using your cooldowns as much as possible. Your auto attacks don't do a whole bunch, so just keep that all in mind. He's a good boss though to use this R shield against, because he just auto attacks a lot, so he'll take a lot of damage back. So it's not like it's super hard, just make sure you don't get hit, but it is a little slow compared to some of the other builds I've seen. Nice, let's see what we got. Rare chest, 100k, 200 bags of silver. So yeah, that was a whole day of grinding, and our time is 15 minutes, and that was with some explaining and stuff in there. So sure, you can get that down to 10 minutes. So yeah, much better, a little bit more risky, but the reward is so much more worth it. So whenever I leave, again, I just go through, make sure that I'm using all my gold bags. I'm actually going to use these books too. This is the build I'm currently liking the most, and I just want as much fame as possible. So I'll use these. Sort this, make sure I didn't miss anything, and then I switch my build back to kind of a PvP setting, since I'm going back out into the world. Right there. We can leave. And then usually I decide, this is a good amount of gold, but I'll push my luck for the video. Oh, don't even have to. Hopefully this stays here for a couple of seconds. We just go right back in. Don't even have to look for anything. Have this bubble so no one can really attack us. And there we go. So again, just see how fast I can do this now without any explaining or stopping. Alright, it's always close, this build, but not bad. 2,600. Alright, last boss, let's see if we get anything good out of this chest. Just taking this fight slow. This guy's got a lot of circles. Nice. Not too bad. Ooh, nice. Another 88,000 plus 9 bags, so almost 100,000. Pull. Very good. Then I'll show you guys. Oh, see, I always almost forget to do this, but change this stuff back to PvP. Like, the chances of it, well, it will make a difference if you get ganked, but the chances of getting ganked are pretty low, so it's more just preventing that from happening. Just trying to create some good habits going out here. Some guys out here are just friendly, like he just wants to farm. This guy over here looks like he's pretty harmless, but once you're inside of here, like even if I got knocked off, you can just walk into this big yellow circle and you're good. So completely safe from all PvP now. Back on my horse, and we'll just look at how much we made. I forget how much we started with, but I'll overlap beginning of the video to now with actual silver, plus 9 bags, and 200k. Yeah, and didn't stop the timer again, but that last dungeon and getting out was under 9 minutes, so like I said, super worth it doing it this way. Stop farming solo dungeons in the L zone. It's just such a waste of time.